Today, we are going to start lying down on our mat. Okay, so just find yourself into a nice position lying down flat on the floor. And we're going to do our beginning breathing from here. Okay, and then we will move ourselves from this position to a more vertical one. So while you're on the floor, just allow everything to sink in. Try and see if you can bring some softness to your muscles. And just note how your breathing is at the moment. Whether it's deep or shallow, whether it's quick or slow. Just note how it feels. And if it helps, you can bring a hand to your belly to see how much of your belly rises and falls with your breath. Just allowing your shoulders to relax. Okay, now we're going to start to take control of our breath a little bit more here. So when you're ready, start to take your next inhale nice and deliberately, drawing the air in through the nose, filling up your chest with air, and then release. Again, deliberately drawing the air in through your nose in a controlled measure, letting your lungs fill before being released. And another one of those. Okay, now next time you start to bring an inhale in through your nose, fill up your chest as you were. When you get to the top, see if you can control your exhale. So letting the air out an even pace before starting to fill up your chest again. And exhaling again at an even pace. And see if you can continue to breathe where you have control over your inhale and exhale. Just noticing where you feel your breath, whether it's on the inhale more or the exhale more. And also start to set yourself a little intention for today's class, either a particular part of your body or state of mind that you'd like to adopt throughout your practice. And then the next time you take a breath in, I want you to bring your knees towards your chest. So wrap your hands around your knees best you can to squeeze them up nice and tightly. Good, and then rotate through your ankles. So just making little circles with your toes or your foot. Good, and then whichever direction you're making circles, go in the opposite direction. Okay, now hugging your knees close to your chest, we're going to start to rock up and down our spine. Just slowly at first. Just moving the weight between the shoulders and the lower back, using your legs to help pull yourself with momentum. Now start to draw these movements broader, so you're really rolling yourself fully along your back before dropping yourself back down to roll all the way towards your shoulders. So you're playing some kind of rocking horse movement with your body. Good. Next time you roll forwards, bring your feet towards the top of the mat. Good. So your feet are here at the top of the mat. Use your hands to press yourself into a squat where you can bring your hands on the inside, your arms, on the inside. You may have your heels lifted, you may have them towards the floor, it doesn't matter. Now with your hands, stretch them out in front of you and try and then pull your arms apart to try and make your knees come out to the side and stretch your inner thighs. Good, and breathe. Good, now slowly start to bring your hands back towards one another. Press them forwards into the mat in front of you. And then gently pressing into your feet, lift yourself up. So you're folded over your legs. Good. Now just gently swing from side to side whilst folded over your legs. Just allow everything in your back to lengthen. Good. Start to bring yourself back to stillness. And then gently roll the body up. So the last thing to come up is your head. And as it does, move your shoulders back. Bring your hands so that the palms point forwards. Tiniest bend into your knees. And hold yourself as strong as you can in this mountain pose. Take a long breath in through your nose. And let it go. Good. If you're not there already, make your way towards the top of your mat in your mountain pose. Good. Bend your knees nice and deeply, so deeply that you can swoop your hands and graze the floor with your fingers before reaching yourself all the way up to a long stretch at the top of your mat. Good. Bring your hands together into a prayer and draw them down towards your chest. Good. Now start to bend your knees again and stick your bum back. So you're trying to keep your back straight here. Good. Let's take a little turn to the left-hand side, keeping your hands in a prayer. And then take it over to the right-hand side. So just doing these slow twists. Now, if you feel your knees pulling one in front of another every time you twist from the left and over to the right, see if you can shift that hip back. So here, when I turn to the right, my left knee is starting to pull a little bit further forwards. So I shift my left hip back to realign it. Good. Wherever you are in your twists, come back to looking at the floor. Good. Now keep that bend into your knees, keep your back straight, and then start to reach your hands forwards into a chair pose. Good. Slowly press the floor away from you to come up to standing. Good. Now keeping your feet pointing forwards, we're going to twist our body to the left and open our arms out to the side, making a side-on T shape. Good. Come back to center, lifting your arms, and then exhale, take it over to the right-hand side. Good. Come back to center, take it over to the left. This time bring your left hand to your left bum cheek and lift your right arm up before turning to do the same thing on the other side. And then back to center, facing the front. Good. Bend your knees and fold. Bring your hands down onto the mat, bending your knees as much as you need to do this. And then let's step our left foot back. Good. Lower your back knee down towards the floor, pressing into your right foot. Lift yourself up into a high lunge. No, low lunge. Good. Now slide, if you can, your right foot further forwards by about another 6 inches. Good. And then sink into that right knee. Good. Come back to center. Now lead with your left hand down towards the floor and reach your right arm up, turning to the right. Good. Bring both hands back down towards the floor. Let's lift our left knee away from the floor. Good. And then see if you can do a series of small steps to bring yourself back to the top of the mat and back up to your mountain pose. Good. Deep breath in. Let it go. Good. Let's get our shoulders moving into this. So let's take our arms behind us, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then fold yourself down over your legs. Good. Bring your hands down towards the floor. Slide your right leg back. Good. Pop that right knee down and lift into a low lunge. Again, see if you can shimmy your left foot a little bit further forwards by about 6 inches. And then dip deeply into the front knee. Good. Follow your right hand down towards the floor, keeping the left arm lifted. And then turn and look to the left. Good. Let's bring that left hand down. Lift the back knee. Good. And then do tiny hops to bring yourself back towards the top of the mat and back to your mountain pose. Good. Long breath in. And let it go. Good. Bring your hands to your waist. Now we're going to slide our left foot back about 3/4 of the way to the back of the mat. Good. Now your toes can turn out to the left-hand side a little bit, but try and see if you can keep your pelvis pointing forwards. Good. Now bend into the front knee until you can feel a stretch running up the back of your left leg. Good. Now inhale, let's lift the arms. And then exhale, swoop the arms forwards, interlace the thumbs behind your back, and dip your chest forwards. You're folding over that front knee. So you should still feel that stretch running down the back leg. And breathe. Good. Inhale, press into your right foot to lift yourself up and lift your hands. Good. Now we're going to take a twist to the right hand side here. So open the arms up and turn to the right. Good. Come back to center. Good. Bring the hands forward, swoop them behind, interlace the thumbs, and fold yourself back over that right knee. Good. Inhale, draw yourself back up. Hands reach. Good. This time, coming high onto the balls of your left foot. Step yourself back up to the top of your mat. Good. If it feels good for you, maybe reset by folding over your legs and then rolling your body up. Good. Bring your hands back onto your hips. And when you're ready, let's do the same thing on the other side. So our right foot slides back to about 3/4 of the way back to the mat, and our right toes point a little bit to the right hand side. Good. When you're ready, bend nice and deeply into that front knee so you can feel feel this stretch running down the back leg, mainly in the calf. Good. When you're ready, inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, swoop them back, interlace the thumbs, and fold over onto the front knee. Good, hold it there, breathe. Good, let's swoop ourselves all the way back up. Hands lift, keep that bend in the left knee, and then we'll do that twist out to the other side, so the left-hand side. Breathe. Good, come back to center, and then fold. Sweeping the hands, interlacing the thumbs. Good, inhale, lift. Reach your hands up. Bend deeply into the left knee, come high on the balls of the feet on the right foot, and step yourself to the top of the mat. Good, extend your arms nice and long, and exhale to fold yourself down. This time staying low. Again, let's take hold of either elbow, or just let your hands dangle and just rock yourself from side to side. Let the top part of your body be as heavy as possible. Good, then allow your arms just to dangle. Bend the knees nice and deeply. Bring your hands down to the floor. Step both feet back this time so we come into a plank. Lower your knees to the floor. Good, pull your body forward so you come over the tops of your fingers. Bending your elbows. Lower yourself slowly to the floor. Pull forwards and up into a cobra. Breathe. Open your chest. Relax your shoulders. And smile. Good, lifting your hips up and back. Take yourself back towards a child's pose. Good, come really high onto your fingertips in your child's pose, and then start to do spider movements with your fingers, taking your arms over towards the left-hand side. Good, now take a deep breath in and feel the right side of your ribcage expand. And then let it go. Good, start to spider move your fingers all the way over to the right side of your mat, so you can feel the left side of your body stretching. Take a deep breath in. Feel that left rib cage expand, and then let it go. And then bring your hands back to center. Good. Bring the palms of your hands down flat onto the floor. Claw the finger pads in to help draw you up onto all fours. Good, just taking the knees so that they're hip distance apart. Just move yourself through some cat-cow movements. So that's inhaling as you dip your stomach towards the floor, bum sticks back, shoulders back. Exhaling, imagining someone is pulling something from the center of your back straight up. Tucking your chin, looking between your knees. Before moving back on an inhale. So keep these movements going in whatever fashion you see fit. Good, and then bring yourself back to a neutral spine. Good, we're going to slide our left leg back. Lower the left heel down onto the floor. Bring your right toes a little bit further out to the right hand side. And then do a big circle with your left hand leading you forwards, up, and then pointing towards the back of the room. See if you can open your chest as much as you can here. Keep pressing down the outer edge of your left leg. Good, before cycling this arm back down towards the floor. Good, let's bring that left knee back to where it was, but keep your keep your left hand going in the direction it was to go towards the back right corner of the mat. So you're feeding it underneath your right armpit. And if you're able to bring your head down towards the floor. And breathe. Good, before bringing yourself back onto all fours. Good, let's do the same thing with the other side. So slide the right leg back, turn the foot so that the toes are pointing towards the right hand side, and take your left toes out to the left hand side. Reach forwards with your right hand and then up and then back. Opening your chest. Breathe. Good, before bringing that hand all the way back round. Bringing that right knee back to where it was. Keep the right hand going to swoop underneath towards the back left corner of the mat. Maybe bringing your head and shoulder down if you're able to. Breathe. Good, before bringing yourself back to your neutral spine on all fours. Good, give your tailbone a wiggle. And then start to bring your hands a little bit further up towards the top of the mat. Making sure your toes are tucked. We're going to lift our knees 2 inches away from the mat and then drop them back down. Good, again, inhale, lift the knees 2 inches, drop them back down. Last one, lift them 2 inches, but then lift your hips up and back so you go into a downward facing dog. Breathe. Good, now start to pull yourself forwards into a plank. Bring your knees down onto the floor. Bend your elbows, keeping them close to your chest to bring yourself down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Roll your shoulders back. Cobra. Good, then lift your hips. All fours. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees 2 inches away from the mat on your inhale. Exhale, drop. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. And then go all the way back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Good, before pulling forwards into a plank. Knees come to the floor. Good, elbows bend. Take your chest down towards the floor. Pull forwards, rolling over the tops of your feet and up into cobra. Good. Take a long breath in here. And then just let it go. Good, lift your hips. Let's come back towards all fours. Tuck your toes. We'll do that one last time, that little sequence. So when you're ready, inhale, lift your knees 2 inches, drop them back down. Good, again, inhale, lift 2 inches, drop them back down. Good, inhale, lift 2 inches, and then take it all the way back, downward facing dog. Take a long breath in, and let it go. Good, pull forwards into a plank. Bring your knees to the floor. Take yourself down through a chaturanga, up into a cobra. Long breath in here. And then release. Good, let's lift our hips, but this time press ourselves back
into a child's pose. And once again, move your fingers over towards the left-hand side. Take a deep breath in to expand the right side of your rib cage. And then release. Good. Move yourself over towards the right-hand side and do the same thing. Expand the left side of your rib cage. And release. Good. Let's move ourselves back to center. Pull yourself up to all fours. Hands come forwards a little bit. Tuck the toes and go back into downward facing dog. But this time we're going to try and walk our feet as close up towards our hands as you can manage before lifting your hands and folding over your feet. Again, go back to swaying gently from side to side before beginning to roll the body up nice and slowly all the way to standing. Good. Once you're standing, inhale to lift your hands. Interlace the fingers, reach towards the ceiling. Press your big toes into the mat. And then see if you can lean back ever so slightly from the top part of your chest. And then come back to center. Bring your hands down by your side. Taking yourself back into your mountain pose. Good. Take a long breath in here. And let it go. Let your shoulders release. Good. Another long breath in. And let it go. And a long breath in. And let it go. Good. When you're ready, bend your knees nice and deeply. Stick your bum back. And then reach your hands forwards into a chair pose. See if you can sink a little lower. Hold it there before then folding fully over your legs. Good. Bring your hands flat down onto the mat and step yourself back into a plank. Bring your knees to the floor. Pull yourself forwards over the top of your fingertips. Bend your elbows into a chaturanga and cobra before pressing yourself back to sit on your knees. Good. Option here is to stay on your knees, helping to stretch out your quad muscles. If it's really uncomfortable for you and you would rather go into a different position, you can go cross-legged or anything else that you would prefer, because the next bit is going to be on our shoulders. So when you're ready, let's bring our hands out straight in front of one another, palms facing each other. Good. Let's begin by taking our left arm underneath the right and then bending the elbows to make a V shape. This may be as far as you wish to go or as far as your shoulders let you go. If that's the case, see if you can take hold of either elbow, like you're giving yourself a bit of a squeeze. If you feel like you can wind your hands a little further, then maybe from the V, wrap your arms round each other so palms come to face one another. Good. Now, no matter which way you've taken your cross, either from a V shape or into eagle arms, lift your elbows. Good. Now, as you inhale, lift your elbows a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, take your hands a little bit further away from you. Or if your arms are in a V shape, Then move your shoulders further forwards, like you're trying to press your elbows into something without moving your back. Subtle movements. Good. Then wherever you are, begin to fold forwards as far as your body enables you to. Okay, so you may only move forward slightly, or you may be able to come fully down towards the floor. Wherever you are, just breathe into the shoulder blade that you feel the most stretch. Good, before drawing yourself all the way back up. Unraveling your arms wherever they are, and then reach them up towards the ceiling. Lengthen them as long as you can to release, and just move your shoulder blades just round in little circles to help release. Before bringing your hands down by your side, taking the shoulders back and lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. Good, when you're ready, bring your hands forwards again. We're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to take our right arm underneath the left. Bend our elbows. Again, if this is as far as your shoulders allow you, see if you can grab hold of your shoulders. If you think you can go further, wrap your arms into eagle arms. No matter where you are, lift your elbows. Take a long breath in. And then as you exhale, press your hands away from you, or if you have your arms in a V shape, press your elbows forwards without trying to move your back. Breathe. And then once again, when you're ready, begin to fold over your legs. And again, feel that shoulder blade that's being stretched. Breathe into it. Before drawing yourself back up to your seated position. Unraveling your arms, reaching them up towards the ceiling. And then again, just moving your shoulders in circles or up and down. Whatever feels like you're just loosening everything up. Before taking your hands down by your side and then lifting your chest towards the ceiling. Good. Now, wherever you are, shift yourself onto your bum and swing your legs forwards. Good. We're just going to do a simple forward fold. So if you feel like you need to be lifted up from your hips because you're leaning back or you feel like you're rolling back, then take a brick or a cushion or anything around you, shove it underneath you so that your hips naturally start to tilt more forwards. It will help with this pose. Then when you're ready, lift your arms above your head to lengthen out your body. And then begin to press forwards with your chest until you can't go any further forwards with your chest. At that point, let your arms come down wherever they may towards your feet or towards your legs, and take the underside of wherever your hands come to. Good, keeping your toes active. See if you can find a deeper stretch going up the back and the sides of your legs, helping to press your chest further forwards, keeping your shoulders back. And breathe. Good. Slowly begin to roll yourself back up to your seated position. Let's take little twists either side. So just take your hands over to the left-hand side for a little twist. And then take them over to the other side. Little twist. And then back to center. Good. Making sure you're lengthways along the mat. Legs are out in front of you. Use your hands down by your side to help you as you begin to roll yourself back. Pressing your heels into the floor as much as you can, squeezing your ab muscles to help guide you down nice and slowly. And once you get fully down to the floor, let's bring our knees back in towards our chest. Good, and gently rock yourselves from left to right, right to left, massaging out your lower back. Maybe bringing your knees closer and further away from your body to make circles in that area. Good, and then nice and slowly start to drop your feet down towards the floor with your knees still bent. Hands come down by your side as well. When you're ready, as you inhale, press your feet down into the floor and lift your hips straight up towards the ceiling. Bringing your chin towards your chest, lifting yourself as high in the pelvis as you can. And then begin to lower. Here we're going to do that 2 more times. So when you're ready, press your feet down, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, tuck your chin, and lower. Last time, inhale, lift, and lower. Okay, now let's start to send our left foot out towards the front whilst drawing our right knee up towards our chest. Good, now just do small rotations with your foot at the ankle, both clockwise and anti-clockwise. And take hold of that right knee with just your left hand. Now nice and slowly start to draw that right knee across the body, but maintaining your right shoulder blade to be flat down on the floor. So draw it across as far until you feel that shoulder blade starting to peel off the floor. Take your right hand out to the side and turn your head to the right so you can see that hand. In this little crocodile twist. Now breathe. Every time you exhale, just see if you can deepen into the twist a little bit further. Then nice and slowly start to draw that leg back up, rolling back onto your back. And then swap your legs over. So send the right leg out straight whilst bringing your left leg in, squeezing it up, starting to do those rotations in the left ankle, both directions.
Good. And then when you're ready, start to draw that left leg across the body, guided with your right hand. And then turn your head to look at your extended left hand. And breathe. Good, nice and slowly. When you're ready, start to draw that leg back. So you come back to lying on your lower back. Send that left leg out to meet the right and draw both arms over your head to give yourself a full body stretch. Reaching your fingertips long, pointing your toes away from you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, draw your hands back down by your side. Allow your feet to flay either side. Begin to start to relax your body, starting at your toes. Tweak and relax each muscle running up your feet, ankles, calf and shin, through the top muscles of your legs, your bum, your abdomen, your lower back, your abs, chest, shoulder blades, down your arms, through your biceps, down towards your fingers, and back up through your triceps, through your neck, to your face muscles, through your jaw, the spaces around your eyes, and through and out the top of your head. Letting everything sink downwards. Like your body is now made fully of jelly. And it's widening itself out across the mat. Just letting your breath do whatever it wishes to do. Letting your mind go wherever it wishes to go. Before starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose. Deepen your breath with your next inhale. And draw your knees in towards your chest. Rolling either over to the right or the left-hand side. Gently press yourself up, back to your seated position that you took at the beginning of the class. Let's take a long breath in together. And then let it go. Flutter your eyelids open. Thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it is you have planned. But to all of us who have practiced here together, most importantly, to yourselves, you can bow and say, Namaste.